Hello, this is Eric at the Kentucky Gun Company, and today we're once again going to talk about air guns. We're not going to talk about your father's air gun or your Red Ryder or how you're going to shoot your eye out. We're going to talk about a real air gun, a Benjamin Bulldog, .357 caliber, 800 feet per second, 200 foot-pounds of energy. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to show it to you. This is the Benjamin Bulldog. Looks like an attack weapon out of the game Halo, but it's a pretty neat little rifle. It's a bullpup design. It's got a shrouded barrel, steel rifled barrel. Like I said, shoots 800 feet per second. You fill the tank up 3,000 PSI. Rifle weighs about 7.7 pounds. And it's a full synthetic stock. So the stock is synthetic from top to bottom. It has a Picatinny rail running all the way down the rifle, so you can put any type of optic you'd like on there. For our purposes today, when we go shoot this thing and test it out, we have it matched up with a Vortex Strike Eagle 1-to-6 power. So we'll see how that does with this little rifle. Along with the top Picatinny rail, this rifle does have the bottom Picatinny rail. Basically, you can mount a bipod, flashlight, laser, anything you'd like. Weaver style will attach right to this rifle, no problems at all. It is also a 5-round magazine, so the magazine actually pops out. It's not a single shot. You actually have 5 rounds that you can shoot off before you have to reload. This is a PCP. So the way you actually fill it is you have to fill it with 3,000 pounds of pressure. How do you do that? You can either do it with a scuba tank, a carbon fiber tank, or a high pressure hand pump. Crosman has made it pretty easy to fill. The fill port is actually underneath this little device here. It's a quick disconnect. So basically you take your fill hose, clip it in, fill it up, and you do have the gauge right here. Gauge goes up 3,000 PSI, so once you're in the red, you're ready to roll. This rifle does have a 2-stage trigger. It does have a manual lever safety. The trigger itself is actually pretty good. Fairly crisp, does have a little bit of travel to it, but once you get there and you get the feel of it, it's a pretty crisp trigger, and for the most part, keeps you where you want to be. For the Benjamin Bulldog, what comes in the box? Of course, the rifle, not the scope. We did match that up so we could shoot it today. So we do get the rifle. We get 1 magazine. And we also get your pel gun oil. We get your bore tip cleaner. And they graciously give you a few rounds to play with. You've seen what's in the box. So this is the Benjamin Bulldog. We're going to take it in the range, see how accurate it is, see how loud it is, and see how fast it shoots. Today we're going to see how this Benjamin Bulldog, it's .357 caliber. Crosman claims that it'll do 800 feet a second for 10 shots. So we're going to find out. We're going to run it through the chronograph and see what we get. And today I'm using the Benjamin Nosler pellets. They're ballistic tip, they're .357 caliber, and they're 145 grain. All right, looks like the Bulldog is putting out about 630 feet per second on average. That is with 145 grain pellet, so I'm going to guess that they probably tested it with about a 100 grain pellet in order to get that 800 feet per second. But it was fairly consistent for the 10 shots that they do claim it does. We're going to test the accuracy today with this Benjamin Bulldog. We're going to shoot it at 15 yards, we're going to do a 5-shot group, and we're going to shoot it at 25 yards, do a 5-shot group, see how it does. We haven't made it up with a 1-6 Vortex Strike Eagle, so we're going to see how it does. And here we go. All right, let's check it out. All right, looks like at 15 yards we got a fairly consistent shot group. Definitely put that in between $1 and $1/2. Now let's check it out at 25 yards. And here we go. All right, let's see how we did. All right, looks like at 25 yards, looks like I had 2 flyers, probably where I jerked a little bit when I was pulling the trigger, but consistently you're right there underneath the quarter. So 25 yards, it's pretty darn good. Crossman / Benjamin says that this rifle is sound suppressed, has some type of sound suppression device in it. So we're going to use our decibel meter on our iPhone app and see how loud this thing actually is. And here we go. All right, looks like the average decibel rating was 94.5. So it's quiet, More quiet than the Air Force Texan, which does about 120 decibels, but still it's a fairly loud rifle. All right, so to wrap it up, this is the Benjamin Bulldog. It's definitely got a different design to it. It's accurate, it's powerful. Definitely would do good out in the field. I do like it set up with the Vortex scope, and for this rifle I would definitely recommend an optic as it does not come with any sights. This is the Benjamin Bulldog air rifle, the Vortex Strike Eagle scope, and you can find this and so much more at kygunco.com.